According to the CDC, over the past decades, the bee population has been steadily declining, but in recent years, the bee population has dropped at an alarming rate. These are the effects.
As you have seen in the pictures, we can see that the bee population is declining drastically, and one main reason for that is because of the pesticides that are being fumigated in bee areas. One pesticide that is decreasing the bee population dramatically is neonicotinoids. Neonicotinoids is a new type of insecticide that affects receptors in the nervous system and is similar to nicotine.
Other than the use of pesticides, other leading causes to the decline of the bee population include destruction of meadows and commercial farming, which destroys the bee's natural habitat.
In order to learn more about the subject, we traveled to Fabens to talk to a local expert.
So we're here in Fabens at Ceballos Honey, and can you tell us a little bit about how you guys get your honey?
The way we get our honey is, well, my dad and my uncles, they have the business now. My grandpa started it in 1972, and since then it's just been growing so much. But as far as the bees, the way they take it out is we do have a warehouse away from here, and what they do there is they start taking out the hives and everything, and once they take them out, they put them in extractors. And what that does is it's like a big old tank, and it just like spins the honey out of the hives. And once it's spun out, it goes into another barrel. In that barrel, they'll fill up these other barrels, and I'll show you guys. And once those barrels are filled, we'll bring them here. And once they're here, they'll heat it up, which is us, maybe by they. We'll heat it up to a certain temperature, of course, where it doesn't lose its property. Once it's heated to that certain temperature, we'll pour them into these barrels. Okay. These barrels, we do fill them up with honey, of course, so we can start filling up the jars, and you know, people who come and refill them, or you know, just need to, honey to take home. And we have this net. This net is to kind of filter it, and the reason we have it is because there's like bee parts that come in the barrels that they give us here, they send to us, and you know, it just, like I say, it takes the bee parts off and the wax and everything. So when we pour it, it is kind of clear here. I don't know if you guys want to get closer, but yeah. So that's the process that we have.
Do you guys add anything to your honey, or
no,
is it straight from
it's
the hive?
pure. I mean, just like what I told you right now, like that's enough work that we can do. I mean, that's already enough that we have, yeah. Although people do think that, you know, we do add stuff because it starts to get like sugary. But when it's pure honey, it does need to crystallize.
Okay.
Yeah, because some people think, oh no, you guys put sugar, or their doctors tell them, and no, it has sugar. Like that's not real honey. Like no, it's pure as pure as gonna be.
And earlier we were talking about how you guys treat your bees like if they were big animals, not just like.
Yeah, there's some people that think like, oh, they're just bees, like that they're not important. Actually, they really are, because you do need to feed them still. Like you might think like you just leave them there and they'll go and find their own food. No. Like we do like certain things that to keep them alive, to keep them going. You know, like we did have a loss of bees for a while, but the reason was, I mean, no one really knew. Because then there was like no water, there were no flowers for them to pollinate, because flowers are really important for the bees because they need the pollen. The pollen is what makes the honey.
Okay.
So, and yeah, like you need to treat them like big animals. You know, people are like, oh, they're little tiny little things. You just like flick them away. No, like you need to treat them like, you know, like big animals. You know, little insects that are really big and they're really important to our community, our environment, and everything. Right. Okay, these barrels are the barrels that we're heating up. We heat them up, like I say, to a certain temperature. And of course we heat it up because when it comes here, it's already hard, like it's already crystallized. So we need to heat it up. As per government as well, we need to heat it up. And once it's heated, we'll turn these pumps on and they'll start pumping into the tank I showed you guys in the front. So like that's the process that we have here. It's just simple. Heat it up, pour it over there, and that's it. That's all we do. So we don't add anything or anything like that.
Going to the honey farm was a very eye-opening experience because she showed such passion for her bees and her product. She was very proud of what they were doing. what stood out to me the most is how she mentioned that they treat their bees like if they were bigger animals, like if they were a cow or a horse or something, you know, not just a little insect that you step on and you swat away when it gets near your drink. They really care about what they're doing there at Ceballos Honey.
There is a solution to this. You can plant local and natural wildflowers, including sunflowers, all types of mountain sage, alfalfa, and cotton flowers. Use the alternative to harmful pesticides by using bee-friendly pesticides. And as our friends at Ceballos Honey Farm said, treat the bees like if they were bigger animals, and remember to buy local and natural honey.